Just before we start, did you? I don't know if you saw this when you were researching for the app, but I was just like looking at the trades today.
Mm-hmm. I didn't see anything in the trades today.
Like the Hollywood Report, the Hollywood Times, Variety.
I did not see anything in the Hollywood Times.
Varieties magazine.
I did not see Varieties. No. So what?
Just like because I usually miss stuff related to Judd Apatow because this is not a joke. He blocked me many years ago. I've been blocked by Judd Apatow.
I know that.
Years.
Yeah.
And I saw that they're still trying to go ahead with this, like ill-advised, gender-swapped remake of Girls that they're going to do on HBO.
Yes.
But the problem that they're having is that they're just having a hard time casting it.
Oh, fuck. I thought we were having like a bit. I thought you were like literally talking to me like a normal fucking person.
Because they can't find
we were doing the pod.
They can't find a Helena.
I really thought we were just having a nice conversation as friends.
We are always having a nice conversation as friends. Welcome to 155. Two best friends just trying to navigate this damn crazy world we call punk music.
The trades, you fucking... Hey, it's me. It's me, Sam. I'm fucking... How does this thing even start? What's up? I'm Sam.
We don't know how to start it anymore. We're losing our minds. We're losing everything. The magic is gone, and yet there's a new kind of magic slowly being... The vibes are shifting, as was predicted by the oracles.
How many vibe shifts do you think you and I have been through?
I mean, both of us have literally had some big vibe shifts this week that we haven't even talked about on the pod, actually.
That's true. The vibes... We've
traded
had
bodies, is what's happened.
We Freaky Friday'd... each other, and so.
And then after we were done sucking,
which one
and
was
fucking,
Jamie Lee Curtis?
Sam and I Freaky Friday each other. And then after we were done sucking each other off, then we traded bodies.
Yeah, it's been a real journey. It's been a real journey for us this week. But I guess like all of these new truths about us will be slowly revealed.
Maybe I want to keep my big news a secret forever, but I don't think I'll be able to because everyone stalks me at every turn. But
what's the thing? Yeah,
I have
people are going to find some hints.
I have joined the army. Is what my big
That's
news
what it
is.
Imagine which one of us do you think would be more likely to join the army?
Well, obviously it's you because you love the troops. I think what you would do is you would kind of like you would submit your application but leave the box. I assume there's a box where you say what army you're signing up for. You would leave that blank and let them decide. Just like put me in where you need me.
Wherever I'm the most use. Yeah, I just want the experience of being drafted in whatever way I can create it for myself.
When they draft people into the army, do they do trades? Is it like confusing like basketball?
I think
pick?
so. Where they're like, oh yeah, picked him up. The Navy is sort of trading up for the second pick to the Marine Corps. Do you? I kind of wonder if I would struggle a little bit actually joining the army because I respect all troops, and part of being a troop is obviously being willing to attack and kill
other
troops of your enemies. Yeah, other
that's
troops.
True.
Like,
so you would kind of, So your love, that kind of been the great misinterpretation over the years. Your love of troops comes from like an inherent pacifism that you have.
People have really misunderstood my troop love, but I just want the best for all of the troops.
It's kind of like love all
troops at all times in the world.
Love the sinner, hate the sin. Like you love the troop and hate the trooper. Hate the trooping.
Yeah.
We're talking about My Chemical Romance all month on this fucking show that never ends.
All month, baby.
And we've yet to really learn anything about them. I think there's a guy named Frank. I don't really know. But before we get into that,
who knows?
We got to do one of our patented seggies.
All
this
month.
Is punk news.
Punk news,
Sam, what would you explain? I was waiting to hear a bevy crack at the end of that, but that's a different one.
That's a different pod, different episode.
What's punk news to you?
To me, it is news that I can relate to as a punk. Because if I open up, the New York Times or
the Hollywood,
CBC
one of the
News,
trades.
any of the trades that I just think, like, how does this affect me?
Every once in a while, a punk thing will happen in there,
True, but that's the only time, So I think what we've tried to do is that sort of moment that you get punk to punk when CBC. Well, I wonder how recently CBC News has written about punk.
It's been a while. I've checked. Imagine, you know what? It's kind of like imagine that there was something called CBCBs.
Oh no! This is so.
Dan, I gotta make
that rush.
I have some photoshopping to do.
Yeah, you do. When was the last time? Look, I mean, the New York Times. My God, the New York Times is actually in many ways the punk news of America. A couple of recent headlines: "Saving Pop Punk." That's just their warm-up act. That's from 2011.
Whoa. 2011? Good Lord.
2021. Sorry. And this is an article about Meet Me at the Altar. There's an episode from only 5 days ago about the Linda Lindas. Punk rock's new hope. The ferocious, joyful Linda Lindas.
Man, fuck the Linda Lindas. They're not punk.
Damn. I don't know. According to the Gray Lady, which of course is what a lot of aging punks. Yeah. The Gray Lady, of course, was the bass player in Bikini Kill. I don't know.
I'm just joking about the Linda Lindas, but I also think I would like to make that a part of the show this year, is just kind of openly hating on them for being posers.
Did you hate the Linda Lindas? I think that would be a brave stance for you.
The thing about punk news is that, like, one of the biggest, and I don't think this is your item. If it is, I'm sorry for ruining it, but
it's fine. I have 2 items, so we can. I want to.
I have such a good item. Do you want me to go first, or you want to go first?
No, let's do mine first. If you feel particularly,
yeah. But I was gonna say, the Conway West thing in the news. Him and Pete Davidson.
Can't really mess how you gonna mix that one up, eh?
But the thing that Kanye's so mad about North being on TikTok, which, first of all, none of this would happen if Smule was the dominant lip syncing app. There would be no issue at all. But that's true. The thing that set Kanye off last weekend was he was really pissed about North doing a lip sync of Emo Girl by Machine Gun Kelly. So, like, kind of the pod world is part of the conversation, but that's not, I don't know, that's not our punk news time yet, unless that's what you're about to talk about.
No, it's not.
Kids on TikTok.
I'm over here, punk news, of course, like, we have different experts, reporters, people on the ground with certain beats. So this comes from the singer-songwriter section of the punk news empire. Josiah, would you rather hear about singer-songwriter Taylor Swift or singer-songwriter Bob Dylan?
Yes. Let's do boys only from now on.
All right, that's right. We're in the dude zone here with Robert Zimmerman. So this comes from faroutmagazine.co.uk, and it is honestly quite I will say this: Far Out, not very good at the clickbait. Had to do a lot of scrolling to figure out what this little newsy.
Well, that's because if
you
like Bob Dylan, you like long reads, I think. Although
that's true.
Clicking through on the profile of this author is not what I expected. This looks like a little EDM boy.
What? Yeah.
He looks like he's going to see fucking Avicii in Las Vegas, and he's like so baby faced and rosy cheeked that he doesn't even know what happened to Avicii. He just assumes that everything's
chill. Everything's fine. He goes to Vegas, Avicii is there. That's Avicii's home. So the sweetest faced EDM fan Tom Taylor has written this article for the music section of Far Out magazine.
This is a great lead of this article.
In many ways Tom Taylor is doing the pod here. So the headline is "The Classic Punk Song That Bob Dylan Wishes He Wrote." Now to the lead.
Probably.
Yeah, it is. It is emo girl. Bob Dylan fucking loves MGK. What is a punk anyway? Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously, Tom Taylor's never listened to this pod. He'd know it was you and me. What is a punk anyway? Well, you look it up in the dictionary, and you're greeted with the blunt definition of a worthless person or a criminal. So Tom Taylor definitely doing the Webster's Dictionary defines.
I actually agree with that still, though, with all this context. I think that's accurate.
So it's easy to see why the fellow once said, a punk. Now that's a name that nobody would self-apply where Bob Dylan comes from. And then there's a lot about punk that doesn't make a lot of sense. But that's why the whole thing's so darned interesting.
What the fuck is this? What?
Now, as some of you may have noticed, this here introduction is an adapted take on the opening stanza of The Big Lebowski.
Right, that's true.
A film whereby a narrator called The Stranger is befuddled by the whys and wherefores of the dude, only to find that ultimately they're simply different sides of the same coin.
I love the idea
Dylan
that the Big Lebowski sections are called stanzas because it's poetry, really.
I also like that's a real lot of stretching happening here. I mean, I feel like Tom Taylor about to go for a big long jog. The fact that we are of course referencing canceled King Sam Elliott here at the opening of it. Although I do wonder, you and I are recording this following. So was it Sam Elliott said that Power of the Dog was just like not how the West was.
I mean, then, also fuck that movie. I turned that movie off in the first like 3 seconds. It's not good. Not a good movie. So this was like a big moment where it was like, oh, and then like Jane Campion. Is that how you pronounce that name? Yeah,
Campion?
I think so. Janie.
You know, Janie C was like called him a bitch, which is like legitimately kind of funny.
That was pretty tight.
And everyone was like so stoked on like her fucking putting Sam Elliott, not a cowboy, just an actor, in his place. And then she like immediately said the most like unnecessarily racist shit when she won the DGA for that movie.
What did she say?
She was. I like just saw some shit on Twitter this morning, and I've spent no time with it. But basically, it seems like apropos of nothing, she was like, "I'm better than Venus and Serena Williams because I have to fight against guys, and they just fight against women."
Oh, shit.
So I'm not continuing to follow that story.
Have we run out of
Sam Elliott? Right? I don't know.
Like, what a bizarre collection of people to be beefing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
so the Sam Elliott Jane Campion beef now includes Venus and Serena Williams. Perhaps it will include Tom Taylor.
Can we get into
Perhaps
it? Let's get into it.
Snare us.
Yeah.
Eventually, let's get back to the point here, though. Dylan might not be a punk in the Mohawk sense of the word, but the original vagabond embodied the ethos in every other way. He burst into the folk scene, marching to the beat of his own drum, and continued not to care one iota what anybody thought. Until, well, today it would seem. As the actor Edward Norton recently opined, he was more punk rock than anybody. And then there's like quotes from Patti Smith. There's like multiple paragraphs. This thing goes on, kind of comparing the Sam Elliott and Lebowski. I don't know. Anyway, basically the point is that I guess an interview in Sylvain Sylvain's biography. Or something. It's in the end of a biography of John. I honestly can't parse this fucking article. It's extremely overwritten. But Bob Dylan once told Sylvain Sylvain that he wished he had written "You Can't Put Your Arms Around a Memory." Dylan has never formally ratified this claim himself.
What a boring answer.
Yeah, that's tough. So someone, if anyone can ever interview Bob Dylan and find out if he really told Sylvain Sylvain.
I wish that his answer was like... Olivia Rodrigo or the Linda Lindas.
I wish I wrote driver's license.
Then I'd be pissed because fuck the Linda Lindas, those children.
That's true.
Before I move on to mine, I just remembered something that I was thinking about while I've been kind of up at all hours looking at edits of the Mona Lisa, which I've just sent you one as well. That I don't know if you saw, but
I didn't look yet. Oh, damn! Multiple. This podcast is just about Mona Lisa edits now. For people who have not listened to this week's Exclusive, which is, I mean, ostensibly just like a framework in which we can discuss Mona Lisa Photoshop.
It's true, but like I've just been thinking, of puns. I've been thinking about Helena. I've been thinking about MCR, and I've also been thinking about the Mohawk, and I kind of just like had this thought, and while you were talking, I just found it, and it's true. The Mohawk, I think, is considered cultural appropriation. I mean, even the name of it for it to be used in this. So this website, embracerace.org, Lisa Grosstein, Why We Don't Wear Mohawks, a conversation. I mean, this seems like parody. The subtitle really does seem like parody. A conversation about who we are and cultural appropriation with my 7-year-old.
And once again, the lead. My son and I live 2 blocks from the end of one of the subway lines in Dorchester, Boston. Like, okay. Sure.
Yeah, when you see the picture of her, you're like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like this lady shouldn't be talking about Mohawks for any reason, from any side of the argument.
Yeah, like it's definitely cultural appropriation for you to talk about it. So I really love that just underneath the photo, it's not like credits. So-and-so just says, that's me! Like, what era of blogging is this fucking from? Holy shit.
It's so good. Anyways, it's probably a thing we could dig into more sincerely at some point. But for now, let's just talk about instead this.
Aura Punk Cat รถเต่าคุ้มพลังไฟฟ้า 5 ประตูในยุคเรโทรสวัสดีครับชาวอิซิคาวันนี้จะพาทุกท่านไปดูรถไฟฟ้าของค่ายออร่ารุ่นนะครับนั่นก็คือเจ้าออร่าพังแคทนะครับรถเต่าพลังงานไฟฟ้าที่ออกแบบคล้ายรถเต่าสมัยก่อนนะครับ แต่ก่อนจะไปรับชมนะครับรบกวนทุกท่านช่วยกดไลค์กด subscribe กดติดตามและกดกระดิ่งแจ้งเตือน
And that guy's dressed like Harry Potter while he's introducing it at this car trade show.
ตัวรุ่นดอกไม้
The Aura Punk Cat was introduced last year, but it's only recently. I love hearing him say it. It's becoming very popular. It's said to be affordable. There's other cars like the Aura Ballet Cat, and there's a few others. We'll learn about them actually, but the Aura, here's the Aura Ballet Cat. Actually.
Don't worry, we will learn about them.
Yeah, this is the Ballet Cat. There's not too many Aura Punk Cat videos because it's not as popular yet, but this is the Ballet Cat.
Are you allowed to just make a car that looks exactly like another person's car?
Well, that's the thing that... Or do you mean like another person's car? Or another car company?
Yeah, I'm going to sue that guy. Volkswagen.
That fucking guy has a blue Prius. I'm suing his ass.
It was a cool looking car.
This one has like a fake MGK song on it, which is kind of tight. Yeah, so the Aura Punk Cat is like the newest model of the Aura.
How many videos about the Aura Punk Cat do you have?
There's quite a few, but I just wanted a few of the walkarounds, but then I wanted to show you this cool guy.
The Lightning Cat, the Punk Cat, the Drunk Cat. I'm not sure which, but we're going to cover it today.
This guy's
right
so funny.
Tech Path. My name is Paul Barron. Welcome back to the show. We're going to jump in today to the Shanghai Auto Show most odd release.
I would love to drive a Shanghai car that
at the same time. Great Wall is a Chinese.
It's hard to even describe what this looks like.
Really
all of the details are so ridiculous. It kind of feels like a Will.i.am car.
And their potential.
Remember Will.i.am's car
in China when you look at XPeng
totally.
And also companies like NIO. There's a lot of activity in China, and I still believe that this is the number one market.
Oh my God, these cars fucking rock. Can you still get one?
I don't know. Like, I feel like if you're going to buy a new car, you should get the stupidest possible car.
But I think Great Wall is kind of gone the way of really going after that very stylistic approach toward automotive manufacturing, much like what you did or saw in the 1940s and 1950s around many of these cars.
There's a point
where I've ever started automotive history. Kind of run it down. The Aura Punk Cat is a copycat of the Volkswagen Beetles.
There we go.
Which Volkswagen's got to love.
Volkswagen. This guy talks so much like Tim Heidecker, how he stumbles.
Punk Cat is a copycat of the Volkswagen Beetles.
He calls it Volkswagen Beetles.
You know, that the Chinese are copying them. It surprised me. The Punk Cat had its name chosen in the internet consultation. Basically, they went out. They had 6 names: Elf Cat, Punk Cat, Noble Cat, Persian Cat, Royal Cat. And the one that I think they didn't use, which I didn't like the big orange cat, I think just Big Cat would have been the one that done it, even though it's kind of a smaller, vehicle. So, but anyway, Punk Cat wins out, which I think is perfect.
I love Paul Barrow's Tech Path.
NFTs, who knows?
It's my favorite show.
NFTs?
Disguised as
an EV. He thinks it might be an NFT disguised as an EV. I think he's just having some fun with it.
3 are named after cats. You've got
and then he says that
White
these
Cat,
are
and the Black
cars
Cat.
for women. But
moving on to what they're bringing out
love this car.
At Shanghai, which is another part of the Punk Cat.
Because you're
this is going to also have
the
Lightning Cat, which is a smaller Panamera style when it comes to design. So very Porsche.
So why is it called the punk? I still don't understand. Like,
I think they just I don't really get it. Yeah, I can't even really tell the difference between the other Aura cars and the Punk Cat. Yeah, all the Cat models, I don't really get the difference, but I think it's fucking sick. I also can't tell how much it costs, but everyone keeps saying it's cheap. So,
well, and can I just say, good for you for breaking down the barriers of like, feminine, masculine cars by buying yourself the Aura Punk Cat. Like, it's really important, man. But you're doing really good work.
I guess they're priced between $15,000 and $21,000, so that's not really. I don't know if that's. I wouldn't call that cheap. Is it? Is that cheap? Is that a good price?
I've never bought a new car in my
life. A novelty Chinese Shanghai.
Who's ever bought a new car?
This guy who lists himself as a child of God, husband, father, author, food blogger, and vlogger in Canberra, Australia, has written, "I want the Aura Punk Cat in Australia." So I agree with him.
Okay.
I don't know. I could talk about the Aura Punk Cat all day, but instead I'll free us from this cursed segment. Sorry, I was playing the theme song that you can't hear while you were talking. But now we got to talk about Helena by MCR.
So Helena. So as part of
what's it?
As part of MCRch, Merch, however we're pronouncing it this week, we're finally talking about a My Chemical Romance song that you and I are not listening to for the first time before we start recording.
You know what's funny is I actually forgot to listen to it in general today.
You know what's amazing? As I was talking, I was like, I didn't listen to this.
I remember it though. It's like all epic. And like
well, you know what the thing is we did just record this week's Exclusive, which included watching the Music Video Sins episode.
Right, and of course the Trisha Paytas music video.
The Trisha Paytas. So I feel like pretty... It feels really fresh to me, including the iconic music video images. So let's jump right into Helena. This, of course, is a song by the American rock band My Chemical Romance. This is the third single from 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. So they're already blowing up at this point. I'm not.
The song is featured on the soundtrack for the 2005 remake entitled House of Wax. It played during the full credits. Just what I wanted to add from my own thoughts.
That's from your own. Did you? I remember seeing House of Wax at the drive-in.
Is that with?
And
oh damn! I saw it.
It's Paris Hilton is. I
saw it at the Mars Volta. So.
I don't get it.
You said at the drive-in.
Oh shit, that's funny. That's really.
You know what? I think I didn't see it, but I remember seeing Paris Hilton promoting it on Much Music.
Yeah, this was like a really good like sort of stunt casting around the time of like real Paris Hilton sort of like full backlash oversaturation, and she is murdered quite brutally in a way that feels deliberately phallic. I feel like a pole goes like through her mouth and out the back of her head. And the whole thing was that like people applauded. People loved watching Paris Hilton. Because everyone hated Paris Hilton at that time. This was sort of what it was famous for. And honestly, even at the drive-in Mars Volta, you could, from people's cars, hear the Paris Hilton death. Got a react. Yeah, got a big react. So I assume that this song is an endorsement of
murder.
We now is a sort of murder. Yeah, murder. I was just going to say misogyny, but I think you're right. I think
what's worse, murder or misogyny? That seems like it could be like a My Chemical Romance type of song title.
For sure, murder or misogyny.
What's worse? Or that could be like lyrics. What's worse, murder or misogyny?
That's good. That feels like a Panic at the Disco song.
This is going to be like a 6-hour episode. I'm feeling it.
This one's gonna go long. Now, Helena was released to radio on March 8th, 2005. Look,
That's so interesting.
The interesting thing about this song is I thought this was like the gigantic fucking hit because this was the first My Chemical Romance song I heard. I think it is like the best. I think the song is so fucking sick, and I just assumed that it was like a monster smash. And it wasn't. So, like, what is your relationship to the song? Because you and I kind of were like, should we do it? It's almost too good to do. Like,
yeah.
There's a song that we both think is good.
That's not fun.
But describe to me your Helena relationship, such as it is.
What you just described, I think, is accurate because I'm sure, like, it must have been on Much Music. The fact that they were promoting this Paris Hilton horror movie that it was in on Much Music, I'm sure they played the shit out of this video and song. But
I don't remember any of these. We talked about this with I'm Not Okay, I Promise. I don't remember ever seeing that video, and this I remember seeing all the fucking time.
I think at this point in my life, I was like deep into the 50 States albums by Sufjan Stevens or something. I was like fully like a fucking dweeb. So I wouldn't have been down with something like this at the time. And then I think later on, like within the last 5 or 10 years, definitely, Trisha Paytas, Gatekeeper style. I've definitely snuck in the back door and realized, I've realized how sick this song is. And like, to me, it feels almost like a emo karaoke type of song because it's just like so huge and epic and undeniable. But I don't know, for some reason, I got the sense already that it was kind of a slow burn in general. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll get to this in the cover section, which you've promised me is quite robust and I'm super stoked for.
We could also just watch more Aura Punk Cat videos.
We could, either or. Let's just see how we feel like in the next 5 hours. Could you just sing this? Like, or is this song's pretty high? Like, I just wonder if it's a real dicey karaoke choice.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we'll probably find out when we get into these covers is like how everyone sort of because the whispering I bet would be very funny, but like there's a lot
going on in this song. But yeah, the chorus is just like, we've been shitting on Travis Barker a lot for 5 years, I guess. But more recently because every Avril Lavigne song is like the same Travis formula where he goes to halftime at the chorus. But like on this song, it's the most effective maybe I've ever heard in like a quote unquote pop punk song to go halftime.
It's like the whiplash you get from it. I think it's also like how fucking. And again, they're not actually really fast, but the Travis Barker model is kind of like like especially lately. Whereas this has this like it just feels like it is barreling forward, and then it suddenly comes to this like really halting and dramatic stop, and so it feels like there's this. Kind of whiplash that you get from it that like demands your attention in a way where the Travis Barker stuff just feels like emotional shorthand, like just like oh we're in it now, yeah, here we're grooving in the chorus part, and you can't see but I'm drumming like halftime there, so
I wish I could see. Right? I wish you could do a little dance for me again, but
I already got roasted. I turned on my camera to do a dance a couple episodes ago, and everyone was making fun of how I was fucking dressed. Because I wasn't camera ready.
You were wearing a funny hoodie thing. It was funny.
I was just wearing like a workout hoodie. I just looked.
It was like a weird short sleeve hoodie. It was very interesting. And no, I don't think anyone said anything other than it was interesting.
Well, okay,
which is maybe worse.
It's much worse. But look, so this song like musically is insanely sick. It starts with ASMR, like really, presaging how much you and I were going to come to love whispering. But the video really is, I think, for both of us, something that we are aware of, right? Iconic.
This is such a good podcast.
We've both seen the video, right?
We're both aware that there's a video. I mean, what more do you fucking people want from us?
What else can you do? But what I didn't realize is that like this video with its dancing and its dead girl is what what's the thing? Nepotism. This is just like a celebration of nepotism. It turns out.
Really?
Yeah, it turns out this is the most nepotistic music video one could imagine. So. The choreography, obviously happens in the funeral, outside of the funeral. We got the umbrellas. We'll see some recreations that were done for MCR live shows in a little bit. But the choreographer, Michael Joseph Rooney, that's right, the son of canceled racist Mickey Rooney. So That's. I mean, I shouldn't really besmirch Mickey Rooney that much, but
I don't know.
I thought that was exciting.
I don't know all the goss on Mickey Rooney really.
I think just like for what's it called? Breakfast at Tiffany's, right?
Being an old guy, he's probably. I mean, they're all racists.
He definitely did something wrong. No, he's quite offensive in Breakfast at Tiffany's, and so we don't believe in him anymore. And then the other thing is that the woman. The woman in the thing is the daughter. She Tracy Phillips, the daughter of NFL coach Wade Phillips. So the only way to get ahead. The only way to get ahead in the world of My Chemical Romance.
I mean, two absolute titans of culture. Of course, it's their kids.
Okay, Mickey Rooney is a titan of culture.
I mean, that's true.
We're pushing it with. I don't know. I mean, Wade Phillips has long been considered one amongst the best defensive coordinators in the NFL. So
all you got to do is look at the last names. One of these other guys is Gerard Way. I mean, what the fuck is that? What's he doing there?
That's a little bit sneaky. Now, this video was also directed by our old friend. I think we talked about him in the "I'm Not Okay, I Promise" video. Mark Webb, who directed 500 Days of Summer.
Right.
So a lot of hits here. Now, but again, this video is like such a big deal. Like, this.
Never mind. Why did?
No, please go. Well, go ahead.
Oh, Michael Rooney.
What are your thoughts?
Michael Rooney was also involved with 500 Days of Summer somehow. What did he do on that?
He choreographed the dance number, I guess.
I can't remember that movie, but I feel like it's probably the perfect time to rewatch it. It seems like absolutely atrocious.
There's no way that it has not aged like spectacularly.
Like a disgusting wine.
So this video, again, despite sort of the song itself being a bit of a slow burn, multiple articles sort of like, let's look back on it. It did win the Kerrang Award.
Oh, shit. That's huge.
For like best music video in 2005. And so Kerrang has published a basically second by second breakdown of the video that in its first 2 seconds does reference September 11th.
Perfect. We do need to. There was a request that we talk about it more. September.
Yeah, we weren't talking enough about 9/11.
How many people died in 9/11? I'm just going to mention that real quick. 2,996 people perished that day, September 11th.
And are you including sort of the first responders who've continued to,
I'm actually not sure about that. It's kind of just the auto answer when you ask Google a question, so I'm not too sure about that. But at least 6,000 others were injured on that day.
Damn. A tough day for everyone.
Interestingly, though,
except for fans of My Chemical Romance.
Wikipedia says 2,977 people were killed, and so there's a bit of a discrepancy between Google and Wikipedia.
Someone should look into that.
So,
really,
anyways,
I hope someone's researching.
I hope you're happy that we're talking about that right now.
This video, by virtue of having this iconic look of the sort of dead girl who comes back to life and everyone dances, sort of makes this song really particularly, I guess, feel like a breakup song or in general like a sort of sad relationship anthem. But the band has spoken quite openly about the fact that Helena is a tribute to Mikey and Gerard's late grandmother, who is named Helena. And I wanted to ask you this because this is something where I loved my grandmother. Loved my, basically
okay, that's a red flag.
Everyone knows this, right? Helped raise my sister and I. We lived together, from the time I was 2 or something on. We always lived in the same house as her, so very close to my grandmother. And I still think sometimes when people do when one of your big hits is about your grandmother dying, I think maybe chill out.
Yeah, that's
right?
True.
Because grandparents dying is training wheels for the big ones to come,
Right.
And I just think if it affects you that much, you're going to have a tough life ahead of you. And I just wanted to get your read. Is that a cruel opinion to have?
That's interesting. I never thought about. Yeah, I'm just trying to see. I've never really considered.
I think about any time because this
have you heard many
this
songs?
whole album is about my grandmother got sick.
I don't think I've ever heard
terrible.
grandparents' death albums. But yeah, I guess
lots of great.
Maybe that
lots
reference.
Of great, I bet I'm going to look up.
Maybe that's kind of like the reference. I have something to share on that note. Probably what you're going to find right now too. But maybe that's a reference.
30 best funeral songs for.
Yeah, that's what I got here. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, okay.
But like maybe that's kind of a good metaphor for the way that people see this kind of music as being like, I don't know, saccharine or pulling punches. Like it's about like your grandparents dying. It's kind of like, it's not really, you're not like going that deep, are you? Or maybe maybe Helena Way was great. And I'm sure she was. It's a great tune about it.
Well, the implication is not that she wasn't great.
No, but I think what you're saying, I agree, and I think
you see it on social too. It's not just in pop music. I'm saying, but I'm just saying in general. Like I feel like sometimes the degree of devastation, it's just it sucks, man. It totally sucks, and it's quite tragic.
So Kate White, who has put in her bio that she has a BA in English on this blog, joincake.com. So Kate White, BA in English. 30 plus best funeral songs.
Fixing your BA to the end of your. I'm Sam Sutherland, BA. Okay.
30 plus best funeral songs for Grandpa's service or memorial slideshow. I could put that. I went to university for like a semester and a half in my.
You should definitely. Josiah Hughes, one semester.
or high school, graduated high school. So some good songs for your grandpa's funeral could be Peace in the Valley by Johnny Cash, Angel Flying Too Close to the Ground by Willie Nelson. There's some Judy Garland. There's some Bette Midler, who had a great post last week. Some modern ones might be Johnny Cash's 9 Inch Nails cover, or When September Ends by Green Day. I would love to play that at my grandparents' funeral. When September Ends? That'd be so dope.
Fix You from Coldplay.
Because You Love Me by Celine Dion. Religious or spiritual songs for Grandpa. There's also shareable JPEGs on here in case you wanted to social this.
Oh, these are good. You should post some of these. I think these are.
So this doesn't really help because this is more for grandpas, and it's not songs about a grandpa.
Yeah.
So
does this website does joincake.com not have a grandmother's funeral playlist?
This some kind of death site? It has like a.
It looks like this is. It
has like vector infographic art to deal with loss and grief. So let's say loss grandparent.
Yes.
Now how do we find?
They're probably like, it's devastating, but like you don't need to talk
just
that much
like
about it.
just chill. Like it's gonna get a lot worse.
Yeah, keep it to yourself.
It's gonna get much worse from here on out.
Exactly.
And also, you probably got. Surely they had some money kicking around that you got something. So I mean, that's also pretty.
Good. There's a check coming your way.
Yeah, exactly.
A couple of $100.
All those like all those light birthday cards for the last 20 years. That money went somewhere. It's coming your way now. So
exactly.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fair. So you think that it was wrong of them to celebrate the life of their grandmother?
Yeah, and look, I mean, one of my favorite Against Me songs is about, I think, like Laura Jane Grace's grandparents, right? Excellent song.
What song is that? Pint of Guinness?
Still Too Much. Oh. It is Pints of Guinness, yeah. Did you Google Grandparents Against Me?
No, I didn't. Is it actually? I was just guessing.
It is actually Pints of Guinness.
Because grandparents love that shit, Pints of Guinness, and becoming stronger. And then dying and making you sad.
Everyone knows the strength of grandparents.
Songs about grandma. That's probably like a Ben Folds album, Songs About Grandma.
For sure.
John Denver.
Okay, I'm going to look up grandma songs.
Gail Davies' Grandma's Song. This one's going to be good, I think. Let me.
Are you playing it?
Let me just grab a. This will be a good one. We can see, because if this one's good, then your argument doesn't work. If this song sucks, then I'll agree with you. But it depends. It all lands on Gail.
Okay, all right, here we go. A lot of pressure.
Interesting opening.
It's silent, right? Oh,
there's some like Mississippi Records type shit.
Why is this what it sounds like? But the photo is like someone's like spooky.
I think this is like a sample.
TED Talk.
Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, this is tight.
Oh. The old back road.
Damn. Rest in peace, Gail's grandma.
Stopped to talk at her garden gate, while inside the family cried all through the night. 'cause the old woman had passed away.
It's a little literal. I like it, Gail. You're so rude, Sam. You're so mean to dead grandmothers everywhere.
Listen, I want to make this very clear. This is not coming from a place of not deeply loving and being sort of quite, again, devastated by the passing of my own grandmother. It's just I just didn't write a big epic tune about it.
Well, maybe that's why. Maybe you need to revisit that era whenever that happened.
Maybe I need to sort of mine that.
Both of my.
I never processed that grief.
All my grandmas are still kicking, so maybe that's why I just. I don't have an opinion. I don't have a dog in this fight.
Interesting.
Yet.
Well, once one of your dogs is fighting,
did you just call my grandma a bitch, bro?
So I think we should revisit this conversation.
Sure,
when
that's how I'll announce it.
Hoping that they don't both die. Yes, we got to. All right, guys, a little bit of an update. I've decided Sam's right, or maybe he'll be really upset.
Well, maybe I'll try to write a song.
You should
about
put
it
on Helena.
I'll write a song about it, and we'll see how epic it is, and that's how we can.
Oh, okay, that's good. Okay, so you will have to on pod debut your grandmother song when the time comes.
Oh my god.
And then let me know.
If there's any My Chemical Romance fans listening for the first time because of our guests this week, it's always like this, but this is what our show is.
It's always this good.
It's like this kind of show.
Always this good. Now, do we want to just take a quick pass on these lyrics?
Please.
So checking out Genius, we've got...
Grandma...
I just once again, annotations on point here. First one, long ago, just like the hearse, you die to get in again. We're so far from you. There's just a photo of a hearse. So
do you ever have a phase where you thought it was like so cool to drive a hearse around? Like you would have like bought a hearse. I definitely, when I was like YB Normal, at my peak in high school.
Yeah,
I would have loved.
There was
to
definitely
own a hearse.
A hearse that was like a cool, like a rockabilly guy's hearse that parked near one of the places that I lived in for like a year. I mean, probably 11, 12 years ago. And I thought it was fucking sick.
I honestly
such
think
a sick hearse.
I kind of think that like aesthetically, rockabilly people are like doing like 55% correctly minimum. Sometimes like
yeah, which is like more than me.
Yeah, sometimes it goes up to like 80. You're like, fuck, everything you're doing is so close. Maybe I just need to become rock. Maybe when my grandma dies, I'll become rockabilly. Is what I'll do.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. So I mean, let's check back in. I hope your song is like ka-doom, doom, 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 doom. You got a fucking stand-up bass.
I'm howling and wailing because my Grammy ain't here no more.
Well, of course, this lyric is about how Gerard Way can only be reunited with his grandmother through death. That is what the Genius annotation says. He misses her so much. Wow, this is intense, actually. When he sings, "You die to get in again," he could mean he misses her so much that he'd do anything to get her back again, perhaps even commit suicide. Again, these are Genius annotations. This is not...
And this one, usually when we read some bullshit like this, which is like even the first sentence, Gerard is using the hearse in this line to reference the fact that you probably won't get to ride in one unless you die. Well, first of all, that's incorrect. You could become rockabilly, so fuck that. But usually these kinds of things, whoa, and that's a real My Chemical Romance shirt with a hearse on it. That's hilarious. Like they had such white belt aesthetic so early on.
Totally. Ride it like you stole it. And that honestly doesn't look like a hearse. That kind of just looks like a station wagon.
But usually these kind of bullshit annotations have like maybe one thumbs up, but 102 people agree that this song could be about him threatening to die by suicide in order to be reunited with his grandmother.
Yeah. This is intense.
I mean...
And then, it goes on with the match that you strike to incinerate. Burning on just like the match that you strike to incinerate the lives of everyone you know. The fire represents two things: the death of his grandmother and the destructive nature of Gerard's actions. So, a lot of complicated
like
emotional
bullet
stuff
points
happening
on the annotation. Like, it's so serious.
Yeah, exactly. What's the worst that you could take for every heart you break? Gerard's anger issues have got the best of him after his grandmother's passing. People really leaning into
what's the worst you take annotation is unreviewed, though. This is a proposed suggestion. I think it's talking about the consequences of Gerard's angry nature. I mean, that one's the thing about him wanting to die so that he can go into a hearse or whatever is definitely true. 102 people agree, but some people think that this might not be what it's about. So let's
interesting.
Let's be clear here.
Complicated.
I mean, yeah, these lyrics. The thing about this song is like it's epic as all hell, and I don't like the lyrics really, or I don't care about them. Like I feel like they just exist as placeholders for like the huge octave chords. There's nothing going on here.
No, I actually think they're like, bang, 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 what's the words in so long and good night?
That's
like,
right.
It's fucking sick.
I forgot about the so long and good night part. But like,
yeah, the verses I don't give a shit about. I agree. The verses just get me. Like they are a necessary. Like you couldn't lose them.
Essentially, like a car that was built to carry a corpse to a funeral, and then once you get there,
that's when the real party starts. Like in the video, right? I agree with you, but the chorus does rock. Well, if we carry on this way, I mean, fuck.
It's so huge. It's crazy.
It's so huge. Speaking of so huge, like obviously, by the time this song comes out, this is becoming my new Lovers Fumbling in the Dark thing. Like the band is so fucking huge that there's only gigantic videos of them playing. But let's look at them playing it at Reading Festival in jolly old England. This is just like...
That pronunciation is going to have some people well knackered.
This is gonna go down.
So this is like one of those things where like watching again this many people just sort of go for it and scream. It's like so fucking sick. Like that's what these songs are for. Does he make him do the whispering?
This intro is really annoying.
What does he want to hear him say?
Oh, okay, come on. The whispering was pretty sick. Is that Frank or no? With the big puffy hair?
No, Frank's the little guy.
Is Frank like the prettiest one? Is that why I've heard of him?
I think Frank's like pretty gory. Yeah, that's Frank.
I think I see someone playing guitar behind the amp too. Or is that a guitar tech? I don't know. Is that a guitar tech? What do you think? Look behind Frank. I know everyone's distracted by his beauty. Oh no, it's just a guitar tech.
That's a guitar tech. Yeah,
phew.
What a big fucking tune, man.
Yeah, this is so good. It is the best song by then. Like, I know that people are always like, you need to talk about the song Half-Mast Banana Blast by My Chemical Romance. It's from the EP that was released on a Japanese beast, like whatever. Like, obviously this is the best song, and none of their other songs are good compared to this.
I think that's it. This is a high watermark. You're there doing it on Kimmel.
I'm going to
find it hard to believe, but these guys graduated high school.
This is how Kimmel used to dress.
They have 2 albums.
He looked fucking
behind him. Their latest
He looks like he's drunk at an airport bar. And actually the set looks like an airport bar too.
New Jersey.
But that's the thing. So I just wanted to watch this because I think the set is we've watched some Kimmel, and the set is really strange.
Well, now they just do like a big outdoor concert, right? Like, it's not even like...
Yeah.
And it's Mercedes-Benz.
But, like, this is just, like, real vibey colors happening here. Yes. Like, some real, like glitchy
like
millennium aesthetic.
Yeah. I actually think the opening kind of sucks, but in a good way.
No, that's the thing. That's the intro is like part of what makes the whole thing so good because it's like so melodramatic and like I don't like it, and it makes it how good it gets like so much more shocking. But also Gerard Way sort of because I think he's like wearing a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, that's fucking tight as hell.
Which I have not seen any of the live videos that we've watched. And admittedly, like our fandom is a little shallow. But we've watched a lot of videos in the last like 3 weeks. And this is before everyone started wearing bulletproof vests.
Yeah, maybe he thought there was going to be shooters on Jimmy Kimmel's set.
Yeah. Fucking, I don't know who they beefed with who would have shooters, but...
Oh, probably someone. There's probably all kinds of stories about this band we could talk about.
Well, why bother, you know? Look at, like, just so fucking wonderfully theatrical.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so great. And then, just like as a little final before we get into covers, because we mentioned little Mikey Joey Rourke's Rooney, not Mickey Rourke's son, Mickey Rooney's son. This is them performing at the VMAs. It also kind of, I think he's got the Bulletproof Vest.
I think he's wearing it again.
It's like not popping as much. Well, the other one also was like they were definitely one of those like it's not a Nazi armband.
Oh yeah,
bands right for a minute.
I mean,
so
they're
not wearing the armbands. Yeah, exactly. I don't understand why you're asking me questions that my not a Nazi armband is already answering. But there's like a whole choreography on the floor here, I think, eventually, of all umbrella dancers.
They do like a flash mob?
Yeah, pretty much. It's 2005, man. Flash mob era.
Whoa, wow.
Or is it all
the audience, maybe?
I think that's it. They gave everyone in the audience an umbrella that they had to put up at the same time, which kind of sucks because you just can't see the band now. But
maybe that was the inspiration for Umbrella Academy, which I don't really know anything about either.
I think
that's a thing related to this band.
Yeah, look at you, man. Big time fan.
I know all about them. I mean,
look, all about
there's a whole history of white guys starting podcasts just to hear themselves talk and not knowing much about the subject, and we're really trying to sort of, subvert that.
Yeah, we're trying to. That's the lane that we want to be in, there's like a great like spin from the dancer falling down to crowd surf. Like this looks fucking sick.
Yeah, this song is so tight.
I'm about ready to listen to some other people play this insanely fucking gigantic.
Well, Sam, boy howdy, do I have a treat for you.
Uh-huh.
Well, I gotta pee first, though.
Okay, cool. First pee, then treats. That's sick.
Sometimes when I used to go to the video store, I would be accosted.
Are you doing another fucking pun? Is this happening again?
Different genres.
How?
I'd be walking around the goddamn store saying, I don't want to see a thriller. I don't want to see some sort of snooty, hoity-toity foreign film, a different language. I'm just walking around looking. I just want to see Meg Ryan. I just want to see Tom Hanks. I just want to see My Chemical Romance,
Oh, fuck, man.
Sorry, that's how I cleared my throat. Helena.
Yep.
The song Helena, somebody did a parody of it, Minecraft style. So here we go.
Oh, what? Can you do that?
I just really like the gentle
How is there not a Nightcore version of this, dude?
Oh, there is, but I'm switching it up on you, baby.
All right, okay, you gotta keep it fresh, man. Okay, this is actually pretty good. I'm glad you did it.
When it gets doubled up, it's like...
Yeah, that's spooky.
Whoa, harms?
Oh, accidental harms?
Every mob, If anyone listening knows about Minecraft...
If you could explain this to us.
Every sword
we know a lot about My Chemical Romance, but we do not know a lot about
Minecraftical. Why don't they say something like that? Minecraftical bromance.
These double vocals are fucking awesome. Very insane.
I love this.
Pretty good, like fake video too.
Yeah,
Minecraft guys.
There's a lot of videos.
What's going into this?
There's a lot of edits and remakes of the video. Someone did it in Animal Crossing too, and honestly, we're not doing Nightcore this week, but I wanted to just intro with this parody, and then I wanted to bring up someone whose name I actually totally forgot about, but this was like a really hotly tipped. I don't know if you were paying much attention to like blog rap type people at this time, but do you remember someone named Charles Hamilton, a rapper from like the late the late 2000s, early 2010s. He was kind of like, honestly, I don't even remember. I think it's just because I used to read the Fader because I was so pretentious. I would actually like buy the Fader and read all the articles inside of it, and like I was kind of
such a lusciously bound.
I know.
Magazine.
It like it felt so nice. Honestly, if you heard me talking about magazines, you would. I mean, it would be the first time anyone ever wanted to roast
Smiling.
Me. No, what's that? I mean, I still.
You would have loved Stop Smiling. Stop Smiling was like similarly like a luxe. What's the word I'm looking for? Touching experience, you know?
Yeah.
Tactile experience. And it was like 100%. It was one of those things where you're like, yeah, you could never make a magazine like this now because it was like everything that you probably liked when you were 19. It was like a sick magazine about that.
Yeah.
Like it would just be like, here's an interview with like a rapper and then also an interview with like a writer. And, it was like very much just like a real chaotic selection of
I still fuck
thoughtful long form interviews.
I still fuck with magazines a lot. I don't read them, but I like to buy them every once in a while. Like Apartamento, though, that's like the shit right there. Not like a music magazine. No, fuck that. I know that Wire is good and everything, but I'm not interested in reading about music. I am interested in reading about Otessa Moshfe's apartment layout in Apartamento magazine. That's sick as hell. Anyways, Charles Hamilton was a rapper that almost like broke through, and then I think he was dropped from Interscope. I can't remember the details. Like I totally forgot about him until finding this. But he sampled this on one of his early mixtapes. This is Charles Hamilton, Brandy, Helena is the name of the song. This is from The Boy Who Played with Barbie.
It's recording? When I met you, I felt less than special. So did you, but you let me echo your very own thoughts when I decided to let go of our very own thoughts. I decided I would carry home Charles. After I walked you home, you lived on the same block I lived on back when I was on Broadway. Shit, I just gave it out like I do all day with my music. My chick was music, and I got introduced to you by the school shit. You were the smartest, you were a target of abuse, and I was so abusive. Shit, I'm skipping scenes, interesting. The very first feeling of you kissing me is the reason why I visit my teen years, as if it's a scene here. I don't want the words to say, but I'm in love with yesterday.
It's so good.
So goodbye. I don't wanna cry, but I found the words to say. Same old words from yesterday.
Oh, so sick.
Fuck yes. Oh my God.
So I thought we would start with something good before all the other stuff. So that's one really good thing. That's Charles Hamilton.
Well, that's good. Because you really, you made it seem like this is going to be the vibe the whole time.
Well, this also keeps up the pretty good vibe. Friend of the show, Barry, of course, with his band Joyce Manor, covering this song.
All right, so My Chemical Romance was supposed to headline this, right? Or something?
What was this?
Should we
I don't
cover
know.
one of their songs?
Joyce Manor with the Lawrence Arms.
This is going to be... that was the end of our set. This is just for fun. We're straight up. So this is going to make it sound a little weird. So it doesn't really count.
This is last year, September 2021, by Riot Fest. I feel like Joyce Manor is like the perfect band at the Sam Jost Venn diagram.
Yeah, for sure.
This is so good.
This is great.
Well, there's even an acoustic on it.
This is great.
That's so good. What a
Awesome.
sick dude. All right,
I
now,
bet that was fun. I bet that was fun to be at.
now let's check out some real dog shit YouTube type
great,
stuff. So
thanks.
this is a band called First to 11. I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're good. I'm sorry. First to 11. Maybe you're good at it, but we'll find out. Whoa, JBL sponsored the video? That's serious.
Just like the last you died again and again. We are from you.
How did the ASMR video we watch not even reference the fact that there's like tons of ASMR in this band?
Maybe it just by virtue of its existence.
No, this rocks actually. I don't know why I came in so hot. I was trying to
this is so good. I mean, here's the thing, it's a good song.
Well, you say that, but we'll see.
All right, let's see if we can manage to hate this song.
I don't think we'll be able to. It's gonna be stuck in my head forever. I'm gonna be looking up so many Mona Lisas tonight.
You should write a You should write a parody that makes it about.
Okay, this one though. This is a band called Suicide for a King.
Yes.
I don't know what it sounds like at home, folks, but this is a very metal, bro. It's like a very metal looking line cook, probably. And his band is set up in a cathedral. I mean, what kind of... You probably know better than me. What kind of music it is? It's not metalcore.
Yeah, I don't know what this is.
Is it deathcore? Or...
Yeah, because... I don't know, though, because like, that part was like... It just feels like internet metal.
Yeah, it's like YouTube metal. It's good.
Let's see how they Suicide for a King.
Suicide for a King.
Melodic metalcore from your adopted hometown of Montreal.
Oh, it's from Montreal. Sick.
Yeah.
Amazing. Damn. Maybe they've cooked food for me. Line cook metal band.
On a cold Canadian winter evening, 16-year-old Frederick DeSellis was playing chess with his best friend. After sacrificing one of his best pieces to save his king, he said with his French accent, "Suicide of the Four King!" and thought that'd be a great band name. This is like written in a French accent seemingly as well. This band fucking rocks.
I wonder if they have any, if they've ever like shared the stage or shared a practice space with Skip the Foreplay, my other favorite.
Well, they have performed with some of the biggest names in the scene. Bless the Fall, Silent Planet. I love I don't know who that is. Currents, Escape the Fate, and they're just getting started. Their live performances will leave you smarter since you'll be able to pronounce. This band fucking rules. Their live performances will leave you smarter since you'll be able to pronounce a couple French words, but also amazed by the raw and pure energy displayed by these 5 French Canadian boys.
So between songs, they teach you how to pronounce words or something?
Yeah, they basically do Duolingo on stage.
And Duolingo is kind of the most aggressive. That owl should start a metalcore band. Okay, up next, staying in the metalcore zone, this is a band called Chasing Safety, who I'm pretty sure are named after the Under Oath album.
Under Oath,
Chasing Safety, which, fuck that era.
But they'll tell you it's like not, right?
The post-Dallas era of Under Oath doesn't exist, in my opinion. Okay, here we go.
I agree.
Ooh, there's some trap, though. Yes! Oh, this is so Under Oath. I love when the screaming guy goes like, oh no no no. It's like a little riser.
Oh yeah.
Hailing from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. These bands are always hailing from wherever they come from. You notice that?
Bands love to hail.
Chasing Safety is a captivating band best known for delivering a barrage of ferociously intricate guitar riffs, explosive choruses, and hauntingly cinematic flares. Good lord.
But that is what I mean. If I were to ask you what people got the band name, what is Chasing Safety best known for? What would you say?
I would probably at least point out the hauntingly cinematic flares.
At least.
Well, they've shared stages with A Day to Remember, Vampires Everywhere, Ice Nine Kills, and I Prevail. So,
yeah, those are some serious names to share the stage with.
They love to hail and share the stage.
Bands love to bands be hailing
and sharing the stage. Those are kind of the two main things that you do if you're in a band.
That's it. People are the essence of being in a band.
I mean,
hail and share.
I really hated that version of the song.
That was not pleasant.
Up next is My Chemical Romance Helena half metal full band cover. I don't know what this means, and I was just mostly scared by the sketch. I haven't listened to it, but it has like a long video at the start that's really scary. It's very unnerving.
Dragging a Body?
This is uploaded by the OMSCT. 8-string guitar cover, guaranteed unexpected ending.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, get some Foley if you're going to be doing this, you know?
Yeah.
There's so many. You could have some painting sounds. We could do the Foley.
So basically, this guy in a mask and ski goggles sort of dragged a very small suitcase into a frame, huffing and puffing.
Well, there's nothing in it. Oh, that's funny. He acted like it was so heavy. It's just a little, was that a DC, AC adapter? I don't know which.
Hard to say. Okay, he's holding up the plug. Now he's walking off. Jesus fucking Christ. Really? Really?
Get to the point, guy.
Holy shit. Okay, we're in a new corner now. He's getting ready to plug it in.
Good Lord, man.
Plugging half of it into his own pocket. His thumbs up, so he's going to plug himself into the wall. At which point, the song is going to start. Oh, he's pretending to be electrocuted.
This video is 6.5 minutes long.
He's tapping his watch here.
Pointing out how long he's taking himself? Or he's charged. No, he's charged.
Oh, he was charged. Okay.
Now he's
charged up.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
that's cool.
Lingering on the corner here. Okay, now we're cutting to.
Oh my God, this is so long. Holy shit!
He's fucking on the computer chair. Sat down. Now he's
patting his belly. He's like, where's my guitar?
I also feel like there was a bunch of stuff. I feel like he was
2 minutes.
It's faded. It's faded now.
The fade is so slow. It's like a black screen.
Darkness. Oh, okay. Here we are with the 8-string.
Let's go. Play the fucking song. Oh my God! Hurry up, you piece of shit.
You really need 8 strings for that. That was a 2-minute intro.
Literally. And now he's just playing it. Straightforward.
Just like a magic.
Yes.
This is so sick.
So he's got like a sort of Venom style, like kind of bandana.
What are those called?
Mask?
Like gators or something? It's like what?
Is that what that is?
It's like what? I'm trying not to be classist. Racists wear instead of face masks usually.
Oh, okay.
Like you can see like a Confederate
sick.
flag, one of those things, and they don't work at all. I feel like they created COVID, but.
Oh, okay. And then also like totally blacked out ski goggles and a toque and stuff. So the effect in particular when they sing is like really kind of spooky actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's a good look.
And the guitar is like hilariously expensive, and then the drums just look like they're found in a dumpster.
Yeah. I just feel like this is one of those things like if what you're trying to do is sort of show off.
It's got like 6-string bass.
I just don't know, like, if your intention is to show off your skill as a guitar player, as a bassist, like, maybe you don't also need to sing and drum, because I feel like that's distracting me. I cannot express how fucked looking the singing is.
I was looking at his Instagram, and some of his other videos are like what if Sum 41 was metal? So I think he's trying to go for like YouTuber, but you don't make a 6.5 video with 2 minutes of silence with this guitar.
No. Also, I will say, like, I feel like this guitar could have a normal number of strings so far.
Well, he just hit like the. Oh, here we go. Now you know why he needs the lower string. He's hitting the gent button.
The drumsticks are going to fly out of his hands at any moment.
Is this the unexpected ending of the? It's hard to say because there's still almost 2 minutes left.
Oh,
I don't think we can skip this one.
No, we have to watch this whole fucking video. I agree. They look at this 6-string bass.
But it doesn't sound very heavy. Sorry to say. It sounds.
What did you call that mask though?
I think it's called like a neck gator or something. I think.
Oh, but spelled like a gate.
Is it? Am I right? Is that right?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So the most unexpected ending, is it just going to be a full minute of amp buzz? He's going to.
Okay, we got another.
I recorded vocals and drums for that song way long time ago, but even I could have done a better vocal recording. I still decided to leave the original one, so there you have it.
Wait, he has blood now. Another.
What the?
Don't forget to bath your koala.
¿Qué clase de payaso es este con sus covers todos?
Holy shit, man.
That was the most evil and terrifying thing ever.
That's one of your best. That's one of the most insane fucking things I think you've ever found. How many views does that have?
Not many, I'll tell you that much.
Jesus Christ.
He has a whole channel, though. It's everyone check this guy out. Give him a subscribe and bath your claws. The OMSCT. This has 199 views. So, yeah. Okay. Good work.
Wow.
I moved this one up next because I kind of think this one opens similarly. We don't need to see much of it. It's a guitar cover where he really just nails the...
Yeah. Definitely good to put this on the internet, man.
Although when they were playing on Jimmy Kimmel, I thought they were similarly like struggling with this part. There we go. Now we're cooking.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just like some dude wearing shorts. He looks like he could be 40. He kind of looks like Mike Elliott from Fucked Up.
Oh, yeah, maybe it is. We don't know what he does with his spare time. What kind of spooky bullshit.
This is Sniper Mishi. Mein Cover zu My Chemical Romance. So I think that means my cover of. I'm going to go ahead and guess. 15 views in 9 years. Not doing great on that front, but... You know, you're doing your best, and that's all any of us can do.
Doing your best. That's all that matters.
Let's get back to the epic mode. This is the Vord Electric String Quartet. There's just mostly a lot of like Vegas magician style covers of this.
Oh yeah. I feel like in the wake of Apocalyptico, right?
Apocalyptica.
There was like so many more. I remember like one of the last years I was at South by, I saw like a hip hop violin band. You know, like feels like for a minute because it was.
Yeah, like did they even make these like
they
weird?
Did it, and then it was like a YouTube thing, like for a while.
Before Apocalyptica,
like
did they even make these like steampunk violins?
No, they like invented a whole new kind of violin. You know?
They woke up and chose violins. There's also so many like stupid synths in the background.
Yeah,
it's taken away from
busier than it needs to be.
Cause like that little that was a sick fill.
All right. This is fucking awesome.
It's so good. I wish I was like out there doing the orb dance in the background.
Yeah, you could orb.
Well, it gets even more epic than that with this epic orchestra. They're just called the Epic Orchestra. I mean, literally.
Damn, that's epic as fuck.
Maybe it's too epic, though. Maybe I prefer, like, the weird Trenchcoat Mafia in the Forest vibes of the last one better.
Yeah, totally.
I'm going to skip ahead and see how epic it really gets.
Yeah, it needs to be... You know, the problem is generally, like, orchestral stuff is, like, often not true epic the way that you and I...
Yeah, it's more epic in, like, a... I mean, it's pretty epic. I like that they put the lyrics in the middle in the ugliest font I've ever seen. It's, like, beautiful cinematography.
I think it's cool.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. There's the worst that I can say. Things are better as I stay.
I get that you feel you have to sing hard as the words are almost good.
Yeah.
I hear how epic it is.
I know, I like also turning it up way over our voices. So okay, that was pretty fucking epic, actually. But what if I made it even more epic?
Freaking sweet.
What if I made it even more epic right now? Would you?
Could you do that? Are you allowed?
Well, let me show you this fellow who did an orchestral cover, he calls it, of Helena. I think before we play it, we need to maybe learn a little bit about this fella, because he's a special guy on here.
Okay, I love to learn about special guys.
He is named Ivo Pareca. Helena, here is my redemption. I hope you enjoy, he's written. This is from 2019. 149 views. Orchestral cover, let's go.
Can we pretend to leave it there? We'll meet again when both our cars collide.
What accent is that
He has the most incredible jawline I've ever seen in my life, also.
Look at this guy. And he's selling it emotionally. Like, you're going to have to put all these on social, man. These are fucking amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make another supercut, I think. It's going to take me fucking hours. Yes, bro, this is your redemption. I don't know why also it started like halfway through the song. It's so strange. It's also the only video he has on his channel of singing. The rest is all video game stuff. He just has like...
He just needed to get it out. Incredible.
Man, it's so sick, Evo. Shout out to Evo. Okay, up next is Halocene.
Yeah.
They're always getting in on this shit, Halocene, but this is a cinematic cover, so we're kind of in the epic section for a little while.
Long ago, just like
She's wearing the mourning net. Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
On your face when you're at a funeral? Veil?
I mean, it's
a veil?
Yeah. Funeral veil. I mean, it's connected to, I believe it's a fascinator, right?
It's called a sadness catcher.
It is a mourning veil. Behind the Victorian mourning veil, 10 surprising facts. Queen Victoria wore a mourning veil for 40 years.
Damn. I don't know if I like this one. It's a bit much. Not in a cool way, like that last guy. I think people who are good at singing really like that this song has a that little trill in there. That's like
it lets you get real music theater.
That's catnip for these people. But anyway, so that's Holocene. But while we're sticking in YouTuber mode, my personal favorite, Puddles the Clown or whatever, Puddle Pity Party. He performed it for Emo Night LA. So I mean, this is some real shit.
Long ago, just like the hearse, you died.
I can imagine that actually, if you're not watching the silly, sad clown video, it probably just sounds kind of like Anthony and the Johnsons or something.
Yeah, it's true, eh?
Burning on, just like the match.
I don't know why this is live from Emo Night LA. Maybe they did a COVID stream or something.
Oh, yeah.
Because like Demi Lovato's not here partying. It's not really.
And what's the worst you take?
If Mark Hoppus is not queuing up a block party song to DJ, I don't think it's a real Emo Night.
It doesn't count.
Yeah, this one's just kind of nice, actually. I thought it was going to be like an annoying ukulele one. Maybe
people are there.
Oh, weird.
It's just shot really tight.
Maybe it's both. I bet you it's an edit of both. It's just nice though. Okay. I'm so disappointed in myself so far. And this next one's cool also because this is a '80s version, but not like in like just a really fun way with like sitcom keys. Maybe this song's invincible.
The nutty stuff has just been like amazing in its own way.
This is Johan Olsen made this, and this puppy went viral. 2 million on the view count. Yeah. It's so good.
Great.
It's so good. So good.
Fuck yes.
So let's stay in the YouTube zone and check out this accordion cover. Now this guy definitely has a very annoying vibe. To use the parlance of the age, you know it smelled crazy in there. I think he's in his boxers. But again,
I love how it sounds.
Yeah, listening at home, you're probably having a great time.
Yeah,
but
I'm having a bad time.
It looks like BO mixed with food. We need the Queer Eyes in here immediately.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot here for Anthony to smell.
Yeah.
You got the air mattress pushed up against the wall with
like
seemingly more underwear under it. This is makes me.
And all those Bud Light limes and room temp. Like, what the could there be a worse room temp beer than Bud Light lime?
Yeah, I don't think so. No, it is. That's an unholy. That was an unholy warm boy.
Well, let's move on to this karaoke version by Cry Ate.
Fucking you up.
Someone put this on SoundCloud.
I don't know the song at all. Again.
I don't know why. So put it on.
God damn it, Russ.
I guess so that I could play it.
I think, yeah. I mean, if you ever, it's not a real question.
Strike to incinerate the light. Everyone's. I don't know this song.
Yeah, I got questions.
Every heart you break, and like a blade you take. Well, I've been holding.
I just knocked over my Funko. I was so excited by this.
It's just too wildly gesticulating.
I think they start I thought they did some fake hardcore growling, but that was a cool cover of it, I thought. And up next is a Japanese version by V Music featuring Lala Hikaru. This is something we don't get nearly enough is Japanese versions where they've translated it completely.
Yeah, it's true. There's not enough of this in our life.
And such a cool video with like so much handheld soft light camera.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, this song is invincible.
I think it is. I mean, there's still quite a ways to go, but I think we're going to be having a great time all the time. Look at the guitarist. He looks like he's asleep. He's so into it. It's so good. Coffee makes everything. Oh, what does it say? Everything what? Couldn't see. But yeah, so that was a very sick Japanese version. And
yeah, amazing.
Here's Melody's version of the song, as she'll tell you.
Hey everyone, I am Melody, and today I'm going to be singing Helena by My Chemical Romance, which is
My Chemical Romance.
I mean, it just must be like, if you're young enough and learning an instrument, this must be the most fun song to learn. Because the vocals the vocal melody is like kind of acrobatic, like you were saying earlier.
This is so great. Every one of these has been amazing.
Can you play piano?
No, can you?
Not really. I can bullshit it, but I can't do like this. I can play a couple chords. So nice. Thank you, Melody.
So nice.
Up next is Reichi Chan, My Chemical Romance cover. This is a great one because I think it has some like personal photos uploaded of her cat and stuff.
Oh, good.
Which I think is always a great way to make a music video. It's from 2007.
Yeah, obviously.
Turn the volume up. The recording is kind of quiet. Sorry about that. I mean, this is just straight up art, actually. It's like a haunting dusk photograph and then a spring flower blooming. Mountain sunset and a candle.
This is insane.
It's so good. Like that photo. Wow. It's like a flash photo. She has emo hair over her eyes, which are very eyelinered. She's holding a fake rose in her mouth, and there's like the most terrifying, like it looks like it's rotting on purpose, wreath on the wall. It's like a perfect image to pair with that music.
That's incredible.
It's so good. Well, keeping it in kind of this sort of intense, moody vibe, let's check out this one. By Shaka Eris. It's got some candles. Very epic. Kind of looks like it was filmed in a Jostin's studio.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, my God.
Just like a magic.
There's like really bright light, big cuts.
Yes. And I like how it's filmed so she's like looking up, like she's singing at the sky. Oh, the hand gestures. So sick.
Yeah, really great.
Switches camera and then she just moves her head like 3 degrees to the right.
Yeah, so amazing.
That was so tight.
What a vibe.
Well, up next is this is called My Talent Show Act, and in the captions, this young girl says that she lost at the talent show. Which is so sad. It's my talent show act. Here's my act in my school's talent show. I lost.
Could have gone better.
Phase. Anyway, tell me what you think. This is by Moon Phase Productions from 2011. I love the set of this talent show. It appears to be a gigantic cardboard box that's been deconstructed to make a wall. It makes everyone look like they're like mouse-sized.
It's like in a diorama.
Yeah, then there's toddler. You can hear the toddler talking. Shut the fuck up. Don't talk right into the camera.
Be respectful. This is why she lost.
Yeah. It's probably her brother. I mean, she's killing it. Who won? This is probably a nepotism thing. It's probably Mickey Rourke's son or whatever. Mickey Mouse's son was in the... Kid is being so rude. I mean, yeah, come on. Have some respect.
Yeah,
she was
most
killing it.
offended by that kid.
Moonface Productions was absolutely killing it. Oh my God. And now she does like really scary Sims videos on her YouTube page. Very sick.
Yeah.
Up next, I don't remember what this one is. Let's take a look here. I think this is a cover of My Chemical Romance, Helena, from what I can gather so far.
The context clues are offering that.
Okay, that's why I knew I needed to pause. It's uploaded by INTP Vamp, performing with my INFP friend. What does that mean again? Is that like those personality things?
Oh yeah, I mean it looks like it's got like
introverted, intuitive thinking and prospecting.
Yeah.
So that's who she is with her. Did I say INFP? INFP friend.
INFP versus INFP.
So INFP is introverted, intuition, feeling, perception. So it's kind of a grand meeting of both worlds, really, in this cover.
Damn! Finally, together at last.
INFP and INFP. So the singer is INFP Vamp. So you can, obviously at home, you'd probably be able to tell that that's an INFP singing. Oh, I love putting the fan on.
Yeah, okay, and then there's like...
The INFP guitarist has a mask on. Probably must be because they're of feeling and perception is why they have the mask on. Honestly, it's sick as hell to just see all these people being so moody and putting fans on to like sing and blow their hair.
The sort of universality of the moodiness is so compelling.
It really is. Well, keeping up with that, then let's check out Billy something or another. This person seems to be somewhat popular on YouTube. Billy Cobb, 212 subscribers.
William Cobb. R.I.P.
Grab some tissues, he's written. Well, I'm not gonna make that joke. Oh, Billy! Give it to me, Billy! I actually love it when they belt it out like this.
I mean, if you got a belt, you can't be cute about this.
Okay, sorry, I accidentally skipped to the next one, but I deleted a few acousties because Billy Cobb you're not going to top Billy Cobb, but this guy comes close with this sort of like
nothing comes close to Cobb.
This looks like kind of a early iPod commercial with the silhouette work. This is Corey Wayne, another great name, Corey Wayne. Only 460
real
views
backlit soul patch vibe there.
Corey Wayne. Well, check out Corey Wayne. Let's get some views on Corey Wayne here. No relation to Bruce. Or maybe, I don't know. Oh my God.
He sings like he's got a soul patch for sure. You can hear that there.
Yeah. He's coming for Billy Cobb, I think, Corey Wayne. He actually sounds a lot like Papa Roach to me.
Oh, for sure. He's got Jacoby's vibe.
So it keeps cutting from like a front-facing to a profile shot, but they're both like super silhouetted. It's very epic. Honestly, dope as hell.
Yeah.
Up next, I think the final acoustic I'm going to play. I had a whole bunch of acoustics, but there's almost too many. I mean, as you could imagine. But this one I think this one needed to be played. This is the band in all caps and not spelled how you think, but it's Aurora Bravido, all one word. I guess I was thinking bravado, but Aurora Bravido.
Okay.
This one is so...
I don't know if that's spelled how or not how I would expect that.
It's true, but this one is so fucking
just
sexy.
Like the hearse you died to get in again. We are so far from you.
Yeah, got the box.
Yeah. Every time someone hits one of those boxes on here, we talk about how we don't remember what it's called, and then someone always DMs me and tells me. So, go ahead and do it again if you want.
I was going to look it up, but I was like, no, but you know what? The eye contact is too much, though.
This seems like a 604 Records band. Like somewhere between Theory of a Dead Man and Stabilo Boss. I don't know if Stabilo was on 604, but they should have been. It's so good. The shaker. He's also wearing an American flag hoodie with like a leather jacket over it.
Yeah, I mean, he looks exactly how this sounds.
It's so soft focus. It looks like a Lifetime movie. Oh yes, baby. Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay, let's get a few more rockers in real quick because there's a couple of guys just jamming it with scene hair in their bedroom that I was pretty stoked on. I mean, maybe I need to get into like scene culture now.
I think you're ready. Like you're yes. There's an openness in your soul.
Maybe we should do like a crabcore month or something.
Ooh. I think we would have a really good time.
I mean, this kid's just fucking rocking.
The really long pause to hit the foot pedal.
I've never wanted a Les Paul until watching this video.
Maybe you finally understand their power.
So sick. So that kid's
just not moving from the wide stance.
Thanks to Total Video Converter for the upload on that one. And then this one I like because it's sideways and it's two scene kids fucking rocking it after school. It's so tight. I don't even think they have the track. They're just doing it from them. This isn't in the song, is it?
This feels like what if it had a solo at the beginning? Yeah.
Maybe it was in lieu of the whispering. They decided to riff instead.
It's not a whisper riff.
I mean, this is just so tight. Once the guitars like deviate from each other and start harmonizing, it is literally magic. I mean, that's just 100%. Unbelievably sick. It's impossible to deny. So respect to that. And also respect to this really old man who covered it. He seems to be pretty popular. He has like 500,000 views. Maybe people have heard of this guy before. His name is Plasma Master Dawn. Probably some.
You die to get here again. We are so far.
I mean, I hope I become this kind of guy when I'm old. If I make it,
you already are this guy.
I know. It's true. I like literally would have that exact display case full of trinkets.
Some Funkos in there, basically. Yeah.
Of everyone you know, and what's the worst you take?
Oh, beautiful.
From every heart you break.
He's singing it so nicely.
And like the blame you stand, well, I've been holding on tonight. What's the worst that I can say? Things are better if I stay.
Do you think he listened to it, or do you think he's hearing it for the first time?
He's sort of hitting the like basic beats, so it feels like Plasma Master Dawn has heard it.
Either way, he's cool as all hell. I love him. And his channel looks great.
What is this guy like known for? Like,
it seems like he does a lot of like covers. It's like kind of like an old lady rapping, like that kind of thing. Like making.
Oh yeah, he's covered like Frank Ocean, Lil Peep. Okay,
and then he just does.
Sick.
Oh, he says, I make vlogs, outdoor videos of parks, and etc. Plus an occasional rap video. I don't do rap song covers. I make my own, but I do other types of song covers. So he does original raps as well. Plasma Master Dawn.
All right, well,
that's
this guy fucking rules, obviously.
Yeah. Okay, a couple more. This is the Helena Hard Feelings LLC 140 milligram Vivance. I think that's the full title. Remix. I mean, even looking at the waveform and the art, you can tell.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was uploaded by BDO Worldwide.
It's just so good. The art is like truly beautiful.
That's so fucking tight.
Time spill.
BDO stands for Big Dogs Only, also. That's a sick version. And then
Big Dogs Only. That's my policy, also.
Same vibe from SoundCloud. The Tannock C Nintendo Core remix of Helena. Another very sick.
I remember Nintendo Core.
I always think that I will be like too good for a Nintendo Core, but it honestly sounds so sick every time.
I mean, you have a like built-in nostalgia for this sound.
Yeah.
You can't will yourself out of it. Oh, come on. Yeah.
That's so good. I think he gets really good here.
I love that it's like kind of atonal.
I think it gets crazy towards the end too. Yeah. Pretty sick remix. And then just a couple left here. I just wanted to play these two back to back because I've noticed that there's two different guys rocking their cover while wearing sunglasses inside. And I just thought that was an important kind of vibe.
Oh yeah, look at those shorts. So like cargo shorts.
It looks like
are also heavily patterned.
It somehow it looks like he's built a work from home office inside of a shower behind him or something. It's so weird.
Yeah.
But like it looks like there's like 3 different showers. Like the camera's inside of one shower. But this guy's sick. He's killing it. Don't tell that lady 7-year-old, but I think he has a faux hawk.
Uh-oh. That's me.
So that guy's cool, but this guy's even cooler because he like looks like the Matrix / business casual, and he's doing a bass cover, and I just think he has such a powerful vibe. And I like that there's just all this build up to really emphasize the vibe.
I'm excited.
Oh, wow. Look at him. He's so
Look at all
cool.
those bases.
He has a salt patch. And he's wearing like Matrix / Oakleys, like kind of a bit of both.
Like those look kind of very like fashionable.
Yeah. I think he adds some little dirty bits too.
Oh,
look,
yeah.
he gets dirty with it.
He's not quite walking, but he's looking outside and he's thinking about it. Oh yeah.
I love the vignette as well. Like just such a stylish video.
The irony is like it looks really dark in that room.
Yeah. He's chewing gum. Like he doesn't give a fuck. Man, I love that guy so much.
Fuck yes.
And then finally,
the bass king.
And a reminder, like if you're in the Patreon and then you're a Discord person, then I'll share all these in there too. Whatever I post publicly.
Yeah. The notes all get dumped.
I mean, we're at like
so you can go on your own journey. I feel like there was a lot that you even ended up skipping over. At one point, I messaged Ashley and I was like, "I'll probably be down in like another half hour."
Yeah, I deleted a few, but I mean, yeah, I don't know who's listening at the 108-minute mark and being like, "Oh, I'd like to sign up for these guys' Patreon," but maybe someone's
more.
out there.
This is not enough.
So this one is another like school one. I just thought this was kind of a really sweet for our last cover because it's like just like beautiful kind of Sarah Records twee kind of. This is Internal Criminal is the name of the artist, which is perfect name. Actually, it sounds like Langley School's music project.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
And for some reason, is it just not lined up? I'm hearing the singing, but I'm watching them set up the stage while it's...
Yeah, it's giving it an even more, like...
It's... Oh.
It's real, like, the real warbling, like, folk.
Yeah, this is, like, the best thing ever. Internal Criminal is such a good name. The Internal Criminal channel, this is the only video, and it has 270 views in 9 years. And the about says, "Hi, so basically I'm a girl who likes music." Yep, that's it. I can tell.
This is gorgeous. This is fucking insane.
It's so nice.
The video makes it feel even more like movie montage-y because it's just like totally out of sync.
I know. Oh my God. It's beautiful. So that's it. And we'll listen to the lullaby version when we do our final thoughts. I mean, I was kind of hoping that there would be a whole bunch of garbage that would make it a difficult experience, but it's just such a good song, and everybody who covered it in their own weird way did an amazing job. So I can't hate. I love this song so much. I've had a great week on this podcast, and I'm excited to, if we do the really stupid idea that we thought of for next week while our mics were paused or not.
Pretty good.
So yeah, I'm having a good time. How about you, Sam?
I mean, I could have listened to all the covers that you skipped over. That what a treat! Just watching everyone just emote so sincerely. I loved it. I loved everyone who was involved in this episode. And I'm ordering a bunch of bases and some sunglasses right now. Changing up my whole look.
For the MCR fact this week, because it's such a somber occasion, I thought I'd provide some context about this song. It will have already been covered, I'm sure, because it's obvious, but Helena, who Helena is about, is Gerard and Mikey's grandma. She actually passed away the night they returned from touring Bullets, and they didn't get to see her. From Gerard. I had the utmost respect for my grandmother. She was so instrumental in my life. I don't think I'd be doing any of this if it wasn't for her. I truly believe that. She encouraged me to do all of this. I guess I found music because when I was growing up, she just let me find this stuff. She let me find what I was good at, and then she would sit with me and encourage me. She was just this little old Italian lady, but she was so hardworking. I still remember her hands. They were a lot like mine. They were veiny and skinny, but really strong. I have her hands. She was always working with them or playing the piano. She always had a pencil behind her ear, so she could always be drawing something. Her hands were so strong for a woman who was so small. When I lost her, I thought I was screwed. I thought I was done. I felt like I had lost my mentor. That's why I took it so hard. There's a lot of self-hate. Helena is a really angry open letter to myself. It's about why I wasn't around for this woman who was so special to me, why I wasn't around for the last year of her life. Self-hate is always a big part of the lyrics. The emotions I went through, and over the next 6 days, were what completely fueled revenge. All the fucking anger, the spite, the beef with God, the angst, aggression, and all the fucking venom that came from those 6 days. Every single emotion you go through when you're grieving is on revenge. When you really break down the record, it's about 2 little boys losing their grandmother. MCR fact.
Kerin Cunningham, thank you for joining to talk about My Chemical Romance. Really appreciate you being here.
Oh man, thank you for having me. Seriously, it's such an awesome opportunity. I love this podcast.
Oh, I mean, tell me more. Tell me more, please.
I was very into February, so I of course I am blessed to be part of MCRch. That's how it's the official pronunciation you're going with?
MCRch. We started in the last episode. Like Josiah started saying MCRch, but he's like like we always have these ideas where we're like, this is going to be great. We're going to do this. This will help bring in some new people to the pod. It's going to be super fun. It's great branding. And then like 2 weeks in, he's already made it like esoteric and like dense and difficult for outsiders to parse. But that is our gift and our curse. So thank you for joining us. You were introduced to me by a mutual friend of ours, Eric Solomon, previously of a great band, O Pioneers, that he will never reunite. But if he's listening, he has to do that to get on the pod. That's his challenge. So you've agreed. So that's it. So there we go. Everyone wants it. Fest fucking 37 or whatever. O Pioneers reunion incoming. So I was tweeting about Miss MCRch. Mm-hmm. And he was like, you have to talk to Kerin. And so you're a designer, you're a merch person, you are a sort of general creative, but you have this amazing relationship to My Chemical Romance. So first, just like for context, like tell me a little bit about your design background and the sort of work that you do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I went to art school. I wanted to do merch design, and turns out art school doesn't really want you to do merch design. So I spent a while trying to figure out some other career. And when the pandemic hit, I was like, you know what, if not now, then when? So I redesigned my portfolio to be designed around band merch. And I mean, My Chemical Romance had just come back. They're my favorite band. It seemed like a no-brainer to me to do like a little mini merch line for them and put it in my portfolio. And then it blew up. It got the attention of the people who work with them. And I've been doing official merch design for them. And I did some creative direction for their makeup line, which is crazy to say, but it turned from like a little project to keep me from going insane over the pandemic to like a complete career shift, which is super cool.
That's so fucking awesome. I do love the idea that art school does not want you to like do something that actually sounds like a very practical application of artistic skills. They're like, no, you should be doing things that will leave you destitute for the rest of.
Oh yeah. No, they're like, no, you need to be winning like prestigious awards. I'm like, I just want to like find some band that has like 10 followers in a garage, and like I just want to make sure it's for them. And they were like, no. So I found my way. It took me some time, but I'm super grateful. And now I'm working with them and a bunch of other bands. It's been super cool.
So it's basically like a rock star kind of scenario where you are Mark Wahlberg and you're living your dream singing for your favorite band now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's surreal every time I get the opportunity to do it, but I also, I know that I've put so much work in to get here, so I'm like, hell yeah, I'm here. Like, it feels good to be here.
Hell yeah. That's so many people demur on those things, and I think it's important to say like, no, I did the fucking work and my work is good and I deserve these rules.
Yeah, hell yeah. It's been awesome. And everyone over there is just so cool and so kind. So my relationship with them has changed quite a bit, but still special in a different way.
So, I mean, walk me through this. So the pandemic hits, we're all miserable, everyone's stuck inside, and you decide that for this project, you are going to make like unofficial MCR merch. You're just making designs, like just like walk me through this whole experience, because it sounds unreal.
Yeah. So I am prior to this, I was doing a lot of enamel pin design. I was doing a lot of prints and posters just for my own brand and selling them at like comic conventions and stuff. And I just thought, well, let's see like how many designs I can turn out. I mean, I'm stuck in my house. I have nothing to do. So I just kept going and going. And then I am nothing if not someone who loves a huge project. So I'm like, well, if I do a pin for this album, I need to do one for this album. And then what about this song? And then a shirt for this. And it kind of spiraled out of control. And I realized I can't afford to produce all this on my own. So I ran a Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter went like crazy viral and raised a ton of money. And it just took over my life for like almost a year. But it allowed me to gain the experience producing merch and making merch. It just all happens to be My Chemical Romance.
Were you at all worried about, because this, we know how this ends, which is like in this sort of like incredible, like kind of storybook, like positive way. But, Josiah, who co-hosts this podcast with me, it can be argued that Josiah is the inventor of the knockoff Black Flag shirt. He made Black Flag bars and it said Justin Bieber. It became, and then that's so become like a real go-to. I think he's like simultaneously very proud and very embarrassed of this distinction. But at some point, the fear of litigation became very real for him.
Oh yeah.
And so you're doing a Kickstarter making like unofficial merch. At any point where you like, I'm going to get fucking Gerard Way is going to come to my house and serve me with papers.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I was super nervous about that. I was really relying on my like one music copyright class took that to get me through legally. I was like, all right, names of songs can't be copyrighted. I'm really going to try not to use lyrics if I can. I think in one or two places I used some lyrics I kind of squeaked by, but I was like, if I keep it generic enough and I don't use the band's name in promoting anything, and I just count on people knowing what it is when they see it, don't use any pictures of anyone. Like I tried to be super careful, but when they first reached out to me, my first thing was like, hey, thanks so much for like reaching out. Please don't sue me. Like I literally in the email, I was like, thank you so much. Please don't sue me. Like whatever I got to do, just don't sue me. I'm like a 28-year-old in like a tiny house on Long Island. Like I cannot afford to be sued on this, but they were super cool about it. And I think that whole camp just appreciates when fans are creative because they're creative people. So it was really cool to see their response and have it be the complete opposite and have them be like, no, like we really love that you did this so much that like you should come do it for us.
That's amazing. And is that like an established thing sort of about the band? Like, I guess you went into this knowing like they have a history of supporting like creative projects that come out of like their fans. Is that a thing that's happened before with the band or that you sort of had a sense of?
I honestly didn't. I kind of actually fell off in listening to them when they broke up, which was, I think like 2013. So I had been out of it for a while and I wasn't really aware of any of that stuff. I just knew kind of in comics, that's how people get work. It's like, oh, you really want to draw covers for Spider-Man? Well, you better do a lot of Spider-Man fan art and hope that the right people see it. So I kind of took that business model and just like prayed, like, hopefully they won't sue me and something can come from this.
I mean, that's fucking awesome. And so they email it. So what happens? So then you get an email that's like, you know, from like MCR management, and it's like, these are sick. Can you do them officially? Like, what is that? What was that experience like getting that news, I guess?
Yeah, that was surreal and crazy. Well, they bought a ton of the merch, and I was like, well, this is either like proof for a lawsuit or something, or they just like, or they like it. So, you know, I sent it off to them, and I sent like a little thank you note, and I was like, hey, like, thank you so much for purchasing this. If you'd ever like to work together, I would love to do this professionally for you. And they emailed me back and said, let's go. So it's crazy.
So great. I also love that you shot your shot where you're like, hey, either don't sue me or give me a job. And they were like, job,
well,
right?
I'm like, you have to. I'm like, I'm not going to do all this work for nothing. Like I did this to keep myself sane in a pandemic and to change the course of my career. If I'm not going to shoot my shot, why would I even do this in the first place? It took up so much of my life. It needs to have a payoff.
Yeah.
To go insane.
And so what's the official stuff that you've been working on for them?
The first thing I did was I did the creative direction for a makeup line with HipDot, which is this makeup company that does like all these collaborations with different licenses. So that came out last summer. Then I did a whole bunch of the Black Parade. The album had its 15th anniversary. So I did a ton of designs for that. And, you know, they pick and choose what they put out. I'm not the only designer who works for them. There are tons of designers who pitch on these projects. So they pulled some pieces for that. I did this like cool Letterman jacket. That's probably the best piece I've done for them. And then like a bunch of other stuff.
That's
you know, like, yeah, whenever they call, I say yes. That's kind of,
yeah, you're not like, oh, I'm busy, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I've done work for other bands on Warner now, but you know, whenever they call, it's always a blast to do. Why not?
So sick. And are you like front of line now? I mean, we are speaking, this episode is going to come out in a minute, but like we are speaking, I guess, the day after the announce of like all of the support acts for the long delayed tour, which is just like a truly ludicrous list of like, you know, acts. So are you going to be like at the shows? Are you get to meet the band? Like, do you have sort of a fantasy or a plan in your mind of like what these maybe shows look like that are coming up in the new year?
Yeah, my truest honest fantasy for these shows is I just want to go with my friends, man. Like I came up on this band 2004. It was right when they first released their second album, and like I've made friends through going to their shows. I have tickets with like all my friends, like my high school best friend, like to my brother who like is younger than me, and I helped get him into some of the music that we're both into. Like to me, it's really, I never thought that they would play again. So I'm just looking to go and just, you know, experience it again. I used to go to their shows 15 years ago. I'm like, I'm just there to enjoy the vibes. As you were saying, this is a vibes pod. I'm like, I'm
vibe based. Yeah, we're gonna have a vibe based time. Perfect.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm gonna see them in Jersey, their hometown. So I'm like, I know it's gonna be unreal. So I'm just, let's do it. I'm like, whatever happens, happens.
So what is your relationship to the band? Because you said you're from Long Island, so you're not like super far from where they're from. Like, when did you discover them? What was your like kind of first live experience with MCR like?
Yeah, so I discovered them in 2004 watching Fuse. Like I was watching Fuse looking just, I didn't have like a cool older sibling or a friend who was really into music. I had to find all the music that I'm into myself. So I would just watch things like Fuse and MTV trying to find bands that I was into. And they were doing an interview. I think it was maybe when they dropped the I'm Not Okay video. And I was like, these dudes are like kind of weird and awkward. Like that, not at all what I would think for like a rock star sort of thing. But I was also weird and awkward. So I was like, all right, well, I'll see what they're about. And then boom, it was an instant connection for me. And the first time I saw them live was when they did Warped 2005, which they headlined, which was fucking, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to curse on here.
You're allowed to curse.
It was a fucking unreal. It was also 105 degrees out. Like, it was disgusting, but I was 14 and had never been to any show before at all.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was seeing, like, I saw Fall Out Boy. I saw like Avenged Sevenfold. I've seen all these bands that I had just only discovered for the first time. And then at the end of the day, they played the last headlining slot, and I like had my mind blown. Like, I just never seen a band that I loved live before. So I think, you know, I've been with them. I think as they started to come up is when I found them. So I think I found them right at the perfect time to kind of like witness their rise, so to speak. So it's, yeah, and then it's been 17 years, 18 years, which
we don't like to think about time on this podcast.
Yeah, that makes me feel like I'm turning to dust. Like, yeah, I'm like, oh my God.
Just don't, like, you talk about years, but don't talk about years as they relate to the present year, I think is just like an important attitude to have moving forward.
Totally.
And you know, through what has become of your sort of like fandom and relationship with this band now, it sounds like you're now actually getting to live your art school dream of like doing merch for a bunch of different artists, right?
Yeah, totally. It's crazy.
So what other kind of stuff are you working on?
What other kind of stuff can I talk about? Is like,
yeah, what is well, how about this? We can use this as like the plug spot. You can tell people where to follow you and hint at some things that if they follow you, maybe there'll be some new merch for some, because I sense that some of the bands that you work with and artists that you work with, that like even you were mentioning before we started recording, they are artists that the people who listen to this show are fans of. Like, if you're listening to the show, that you should probably follow you and check out some of the work that you will be doing for these people.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I mean, my full name, Kerin Cunningham, anywhere. I'm like the only one of me, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I did Alice in Chains, which I had to educate myself on before I did them. Social Distortion I did. I'm trying to think of who I can talk about, like, because you do a ton of stuff and then not all of it gets released and you can't talk about it until it's out there. Some of the really, I wish I could talk about some of the really cool ones, but if you follow me, if I'm ever able to post it, I will post it.
Exactly. And so it's just your name on Instagram, your name on Twitter?
Yeah, totally.
Awesome. Kerin, thank you so much for telling us your Mark Wahlberg story. It's honestly so sick. It's such a like great pandemic project journey, because I think we all had those things, but for you to have sort of turned that into something is like, it's quite sick and kind of inspiring. Like, it's awesome. So I really appreciate you coming on and telling me about it.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, I not to be like a cheese ball, but I think if you just love something enough and you put yourself out there, you know, you make it happen. It's
hell yeah.
Oh, it really is.
And now a reading from songmeanings.com. I was scared when I heard the move to Vagrant, significantly scared. This song that assuages those fears. I always said they needed more Demolition Lovers type songs. Here is one. It makes me a happy panda. Finch Guy, June 2nd, 2004. Finch Guy, what are you talking about? They're not on Vagrant. They're signed to Warner Brothers, Reprise Records. And for anyone who thinks they're sellouts, just listen to the new songs. Better than the old ones. Austin WK on June 2nd, 2004. I don't know. Their new songs have a different feel to them, but I still enjoy them. Eyeball Records forever, biatch. Oh yeah, this song is about his grandmother. Vanishing Act, June 14th, 2004. Yeah, they're not on Vagrant. It's a really good song. I think he can't decide what he wants to do with the person he loves. He thinks maybe it's best if he just stays behind. Autumn's Gone on June 26th, 2004. It's Matthew Strike to Incinerate, and I think also like the Blade You Stain. Anyways, I don't think the actual song is about his grandmother, maybe just the title. A few lines maybe like things are better if I stay, BC she died when he was on tour, but the rest is about hearts being broken. Well, I changed my mind. It could be about his grandma breaking everyone's heart when she died. I'm up there, this was pointless. Pitchfork Red, September 21st, 2004. Pitchfork Red, of course, being a reference to From the Razor to the Rosary, we could lose ourselves and paint these walls in pitchfork red. I will avenge my ghost with every breath I take. I'm coming back from the dead, and I'll take you home with me. I'm taking back the life you stole. It's not a fashion statement, it's a fucking death wish. Okay, bye.
The Complaint Department. 155 Podcast.
The Complaint Department. 155 Podcast. The Complaint Department. 155 Podcast.
That's right. It's the complaint department. It's your little reward for listening to 7 hours of us talking about whatever the fuck we're talking about each week. And, if you want to complain, if you have a complaint in good faith that you'd like us to do better or discuss, send it to complaints@155pod.com. Please send an audio file. We'll play it on the show. We'll deal with it. We want to do better. We're trying to do better. We're trying to be better and build back better every damn week. So this week's complaint, Sam, do you have anything you want to add about your own accountability process? Or
I just have the same process as you. I follow your good example.
Well, so here's the complaint this week comes from someone named Not Cersei. I think someone that we know we've heard their YouTube content on the show before. So they've got a complaint about a recent episode. I think I'm just trying to double check what they said in the email message because I want to make sure that I really do it justice. It says, I have a complaint with your podcast. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much for submitting, and definitely a lot to think about, chew on. And
I think you and I are going to need to take some time away and really think about how we respond to that. That's interesting, though. It's something I've always been worried about. So it's disheartening to know that that's something other people have noticed. But we'll you and I will talk about it. Maybe we'll address this next week.